Hello, my name is Marvellous and today I'm going to bring you a few tips and tricks for Ghostwire Tokyo to make your journey more enjoyable. So, let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Make sure to progress your main story quest until at least chapter 3 to unlock more Torii gates and parts of the map as well as abilities. Torii gates disperse fog and this opens up the map for exploration. The more you progress your main quest, the more objectives, quests and tools you unlock. Tip number 2. Speaking of exploration, make sure to climb on top of buildings. Tokyo's map is on the smaller side, but it makes up for it through verticality. Also make sure to upgrade your Witcher sense. This will increase its radius massively and help you spot things on higher buildings. Tip number 3. Make sure to visit by side quests whenever you see them. They award you with pretty decent rewards and only take a few minutes to complete. They are always worth doing and unlock some specific items for unlocking your skill tree. Tip number 4. The game's map has a filter option to filter out stuff you don't want to see. You can open the menu when you look at the map by pressing T. Customize your selection to your preference, but I would advise to turn off things you have already completed. Tip number 5. Omikujis are found at shrines and can be used for only 200 cash. Those provide you with a temporary buff or debuff chosen randomly. 6 are positive, 1 reduces your health to 1, and the last one is a minor debuff spawning more monsters around you, which nets you more XP. Tip number 6. Keep an eye out for KK's investigation notes. Those provide you with extra skill points and you will later get sleuth prayer beads that will help you track them down. You can find the first one at the Hirokawa shrine after cleansing it, right after entering chapter 3 on the left side of the Torii gate. Tip number 7. You can check which zone has investigation notes hidden by looking at the Torii gate icon on the map. All available rewards are listed here, as well as the spirit search completion. Tip number 8. To make finding stuff even easier, you can use the offering box multiple times. Just wait a few minutes, do a side quest or search for some spirits before coming back for another prayer. Tip number 9. You can also track multiple items at every pawn shop. Make sure to do this whenever you find one. The cat yokai will make good use out of your stuff. Tip number 10. There are a bunch of locations you can buy food, supplies and you should regularly stock up on them, but avoid vending machines. They offer you stuff at increased prices and rip you off just like in real life. Tip number 11. Regular food and water are used for healing, and spectral food is used for healing and buffing yourself. When you use up one type of food, the next one in your inventory will be auto-equipped for usage, so make sure that your preferred buff food is always equipped. Do not override any buffs by accident. Tip number 11. Feeding dogs will reward you with Maker. They will lead you to a nearby spot and dig it out. This is almost always worth it and easily pays for the food. Make the doggos happy. Tip number 13. Recesses that are too far away can be pulled to you by pressing the aim button. Tip number 14. Money is not a real issue in this game, but Katashiros are. Buy them whenever you can to increase the number of spirits you can store. Otherwise you will need to run back to phone booths every few minutes. This is especially true early on. Also restock on your talismans and arrows whenever you can so you don't run out during crucial moments. Tip number 15. Ripping out cores rewards you with more experience and ether, but you can always be attacked while doing so. Tip number 16. Visitors channeling spirit cubes can be backstabbed for easy extra XP since they will ignore you when you approach, but wait until they start their ritual. Tip number 17. You can quickly chain melee attacks and your wind attacks to conserve a bit of ammo. Melee attacks enter a cooldown phase, but this one is not shared with your elemental attack if you do the elemental attack after attacking in melee range. Tip number 18. You can cancel a charge attack with a melee attack. This will not use up the ammo, and also the charge attack will only cost 1 ammo if you do manage to get it off. Tip number 19. Backpedaling is a great option to keep your distance since there is no dash in this game. Some enemies in the game are very aggressive, so climbing on top of cars and using a glider is a great option to get some distance. Tip number 20. Learn to use perfect guards. This blocks all damage and pushes enemies back as well as staggers them. This is very useful versus strong enemies and bosses. So, thank you for watching, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more previews, reviews and guides. See you next time and bye!